Hey everyone, it's Mark from the Evermore podcast, back with another Rumour Has It video covering some of the players that have been linked with Newcastle over the last few days, over the last few weeks. We've obviously done quite a few of these now as the transfer window rolls on. There'll probably be plenty more to cover before it closes. We've got two new players today with some more news on a previous link, which I'll get right into. And before I do, just a little bit of housekeeping. Obviously, if this is your first time watching, if you do like what we do, please remember to hit the like and subscribe button. Obviously, hit that notification bell as well so you don't miss any future videos. We try and bring as many of these as we can. Obviously, we've got our What's Going On videos on a Monday, which are usually live, and then the Evermore podcast on a Wednesday night as well. So be sure to check in with those as well, guys. We'll get stuck into the players today. We are looking at forward players again, two wide players to come in. Hopefully, the two to look at certainly will give some options. The first one I will just bring up is Dwight McNeil from Burnley, who sort of undecided on a little bit, to be honest with you, because his outputs aren't particularly great. Certainly last season, his output wasn't great. You can see by the radar chart there. It's really only pass attempts that he was higher than St. Maximin, but he was asked to do a very different job last season, especially with the introduction of Cornet that came into the club too. Now, Dwight McNeil does offer you a fair amount. He's a very, very good dribbler. And he's very good on the ball. He does put in a lot of crosses. To start having included on there, but actually he is, I think he's something like the 88th percentile for crosses made across Europe's top 5 leagues. I think the trouble for him is having somebody on the end of them. I think he certainly struggled for that last season, not having anybody to put the ball in the net, and is one of the reasons why Burnley struggled. He was highly touted. He'd been linked with Aston Villa, with Everton, Crystal Palace previously. And I think last season, certainly during the season before, Burnley had slapped a 40 million price tag on him. Obviously, with relegation coming, that fee has reduced drastically, and they're looking in a round of about 50 million, according to some of the reports that it would take to bring him out of Turf Moor. So it could be a good option. You can see from his heat map, he does work exclusively down that left-hand side, really. He does switch across to the opposite side at times, but he's very much down that left side. He does offer cover defensively as well. He is good at mucking in that regard as well. So he does offer that. He's also very, very good at set pieces too, and it gives you a left-footed option at that. Obviously, Newcastle at the moment have the likes of St. Maximin, Bruno, and Trippier, who all can mix in with things like that, with the set pieces, free kicks. So it gives you another option there if you were to go down that route. Like I said, his outcomes certainly last season weren't particularly great. 1 assist last season across 38 games isn't a great return. So you want more. I think if you're looking at an upgrade, certainly, I'm not sure this is an upgrade that you particularly go down that route. But the price tag may be good. He's only 22, so he is still learning the game as well. So is that an option where he can come in and learn? He's still young. He fits that mold as well, so he can be worked with. He can bring out extra elements of his game too. So very well could be a good choice in that regards. The next one we'll look at as well is one probably that will cause a little bit of divide in comments. He certainly does across various teams that he's played for, and it's Adama Traore. Now, Traore in flashes can be absolutely spectacular. He is quick, he's powerful, he's skillful, he's great running with the ball at times. And my problem with him is what he does at the end of that. You've seen flashes of it where he has a lot of assists in a season, but then he goes completely quiet. He obviously went to Barcelona for the second half of last season and didn't do an awful lot. He only started 9 of 17 games when he went to Barcelona. He only started 4 games in La Liga, and it kind of told you what they thought of him, I guess. I think they had something like a £29 million buyout for him, to take him permanently, which they refused to pay. I mean, I think at the time they probably couldn't afford it, but I think even that is too high a price to pay for him now, because he just doesn't give you the output that you perhaps need. But he's still young enough that you can work with him. The fee that has been branded around is only 10 million. So I mean that could be a good piece of business for somebody that is still got years ahead of him, and if he's put in the right scenario, that he could flourish. If you look at his stats, there is obviously assists. They are quite high. They are on the 53rd percentile, and that matches it with his shot creating actions as well for himself and others. Obviously, dribbles attempted and completed, he sits top of that tree, which you would absolutely expect, given if you've watched any football that he's played in, he's going to be hitting those numbers. So yeah, I do think at times maybe he gets a little bit of a raw deal, but his end product at times can be awful. He seemed to strike up a good partnership with Jimenez before Jimenez got injured, obviously. So we'll see. I think that might be a one to work on it. And again, the price is low enough that it's not gonna, it's not breaking the bank for somebody down that route, and that could very well be a good investment if he then produces the goods. You haven't had a huge outlay. So that would be the next one. I think just covering some of those stats as well. Now, I'll just come out of the stat slide. The one thing I wanted to cover with both of those was just their kind of overall goal threat, I think, for each of those players. Now, looking a little bit of a sort of analysis between them and Saint-Maximin and also Ryan Fraser. You look at Saint-Maximin's stats last season with 37 games, 5 goals, 5 assists. McNeil just the 1 assist. Traore 4 assists and 1 goal. They're really comparable to Ryan Fraser, who with 2 goals and 3 assists in 29 games. So they're not really an upgrade. You're not looking at them as too much of a step up from what's already there. Even the season before, McNeil with 2 goals and 5 assists, Traore with 3 goals and 2 assists, and Fraser again 1 goal, 2 assists. So they're not a huge, step up. So is it really worth that amount of money? Even though it isn't particularly high, is it worth taking that risk and bringing them in when you're not going to get much of an increased output from them? If you look across their career as well, Dwight McNeil has 0.18 goal contributions per game. That's across 144 games of his career. Saint-Maximin in that same period has 0.3 with 26 goals and 29 assists. McNeil has just 7 goals and 17 assists in that time. And Traore is a little higher, actually. So 270 games, 21 goals, 41 assists at 0.35. But you have to factor in that a couple of those seasons are in the Segunda division in Spain and the Championship. So you'd expect his numbers to be higher. So again, they're a little... Maybe it's a little misleading, that stat, and I certainly don't think that they give you too much of an upgrade. So tell us what you think. Let us know in the comments whether you'd be happy to take either of those two. And we'll we love to get back at you in the comments and have a crack with you there. It's always good to hear what everybody feels about these players and whether you think it's worthwhile that the club going for them. And then the last one was just a little bit of an update, a little bit of more news that sort of branded around in some of the papers today and yesterday, which was the Memphis Depay looked a lot closer to be leaving Barcelona. So according to Barcelona-based newspaper Sport, Depay had been given what had been noted as a letter of freedom, which means he basically can actively contact other clubs now to force a move away from Barcelona. So I think they're now looking in the region of about 70 million for the player, so which seems a reasonable amount for a player that can give you an awful lot of output. There are reports to say that he's already rejected a move to Spurs because they don't fit with his outlook, with what he wants to achieve. It's a bit damning on Spurs, especially under Conte now, and the way that they look like they're operating. But does that mean that Newcastle are further behind in that pecking order? Can they push for somebody like that to come in? That remain to be seen. I think wages will also be an issue for him. He's reported to be on around £240,000 a week, which is obviously well above the reported £120,000 a week wage cap that currently sits at Newcastle. So again, he's going to have to take a serious pay cut to come to St James's Park. So again, want to keep an eye on. Again, let us know what you think in the comments. We did do a video on Depay a couple of weeks ago, so check that out as well. We'll put a link to that in the in the video above. So if you want to have a watch of that one too, let us know what you think. Let us know what you think in the comments, whether he would be a worthwhile sign to come in and play in that more attacking midfield role, and he can play wide too. So is he an option? Certainly at a lower price, it could also be a good value option there. So let us know what you think, guys. We'll obviously be back with another video probably tomorrow. Again, with some more players that have been linked. And like I say, we'll be back on Monday night with a new what's going on show at 10 o'clock. So make sure you check us out then. Like I say, if you like what we do, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow. We are sitting just under 1,400 now subscribers. So we're really, really appreciative of everybody that's hit subscribe, everybody that watches these videos. Couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you very much for that. So yeah, we'll probably see you tomorrow and then definitely on Monday night at 10. So thanks very much, guys. Bye-bye.